What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another video of Cognition Fitness. I'm actually on my way to go get my fiance. Doing a little bit of driving right now. But I wanted to talk about the whole Rihanna thing. You know, she's been getting a lot of backlash for doing that cover shoot for that Chinese-owned company, Chinese-owned fashion company that she did. You know, I'm gonna be sharing the photos with you guys as I give my little spiel, my little 2 cents on the topic right now. And basically, it's been all over the news. It's been on the Shade Room. They posted about it. It's been on all the blog sites. CNN even talked about it. Fox News even talked about it. And there's a lot of cultural appropriation talk that's going on about Rihanna and that whole photo shoot that she did, because she is, you know, dressed in Chinese attire, traditional Chinese garments. And you know, Rihanna's black, so you know, whenever there's a person from a different race that's dressed in another culture's attire, there's going to be talk about cultural appropriation, blah blah blah. You know, and is it cultural appropriation? Let me just get that out the way right now. Hell no, it's not cultural appropriation. Here's why. Rihanna don't own none of that shit, number one. And number two, she didn't even do it. The Chinese community put her out there and did it. And they put her on the cover, they dressed her, they publicized it, they put it out. So if the Chinese community did it, how is that cultural appropriation on her behalf? Listen, cultural appropriation is when you take another culture that's indoctrinated within groups of people, right, that practice that culture, that live that culture. When you go into that community, take that culture and profit off of it. Don't give no appreciation or homage to the people who built up that culture, and you just disregard that whole culture's history, and then you don't even do cultural appropriation. You basically do culture destruction. That's what you do. That's culture appropriation. That's what millions and millions of white people have done to black culture. White people go into black culture, don't pay no homage, don't pay no respect, don't know their history. They just take what they want. The most important part is that they profit off of it. So now you're getting a monetized income from it that you didn't create. So see, that's the problem. And you don't pay homage to the people who built it. You understand what I'm saying? So with Rihanna, one, she's doing, it's kind of like appreciation. Thank you for having me on this cover that I have a interest in. First of all, I have an interest in it. Thank you. I'm paying homage to your culture, the Chinese community, for having me, Rihanna, a part of this historical cover. You know what I mean? So, you know, people gotta understand the difference between cultural appropriation and culture appreciation. This is 100% appreciating the Chinese community and their culture in regards to fashion. You know what I mean? You know, this isn't some type of stunt like Iggy Azalea and that whole fiasco that took place, you know, 4 or 5 years when she came onto the scene in the hip-hop community, which is one of the most embracing communities that you can come in as long as you do your history, you do your research, you pay homage, you don't disrespect the culture, and you uplift the culture. Iggy Azalea tried to destroy the culture. Okay? Iggy Azalea came in, the white Australian accent, whatever. People really didn't care about that, you know what I'm saying? It was different. But she came in disrespecting the culture. That's why T.I. had to let her go. T.I. said, I'm not gonna fuck up my career off of your ass. Okay, I gotta cut her loose, or my ass gonna be canceled from the culture too for bringing her in. You know what I mean? She had a, see, with the white artists coming into the hip hop community.
Artists, yeah, Tiny knows what it is. It's all business.
I don't need
Especially
to.
if you're supposed to be
My
somewhere.
people
I'll question
call his people, the people that are awake. I wouldn't call anyone before.
Usually they have a backing, they have a cosign from a black producer or a black artist. It's always one or the other. Either it's an artist or a producer that backs you. So the backing gets you into the door because we like the producer or the rapper that brought you in here. So now, since you are in here, now you have to respect it. Otherwise, we're gonna get you the fuck out. That's how it works. And with Iggy Azalea, with her going on Twitter and saying the things she said about the hip hop community, even with Miley Cyrus, with her little stunt back in 2013, Justin Bieber, his little stunt. These are people who try to come into the hip hop community, appropriate off of it because they was monetizing from it. They was making money from it with songs and concerts and whatnot, money that you make from tours and all that, profiting from the hip hop community and black culture. They had to go because they started to disrespect the culture. They didn't appreciate the culture. You understand what I'm saying? So going back to Iggy Azalea, you know, she went on Twitter and said the things that she said about the hip hop community, and people had to give her a hip hop lesson. Like, hey, hip hop started in the Bronx in the 70s. First of all, she didn't know the culture that she was getting into, that she planned to monetize from it. And then that's the first problem. Always do your research, do your Googles. Do your Googles, man. Because that's going to help you understand the culture. And pretty much being a white artist coming into the hip hop community, you already at a disadvantage. So you better pay homage right away, otherwise you're gonna be out. And with Iggy Azalea, she was out of here. We had to get her the fuck out. What song have you heard from Iggy Azalea in the past 3 or 4 years? You haven't heard nothing because T.I. had to let her go. Because that was gonna go back to T.I. because T.I. brought her in. T.I. ushered her in here. You know what I'm saying? She had the backing of T.I. So when she started to say all that asinine bullshit, we looking at T.I. like, get your girl, fam. And at that moment, it was just too late. It was too late. She done so much damage to herself that, you know, you wasn't gonna redeem that. You know what I'm saying? So we had to cut her loose. But you know, with going back to Rihanna, man, it's not cultural appropriation. If anything, people should be on their knees kissing Rihanna ass for making so much money from this cover. You know, she didn't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it's exploitation of Rihanna. Because she is making y'all so much money. Even the Chinese community is making y'all so much more money. So, and the Chinese community, they need to come out and back Rihanna because y'all did it. Y'all put her out here. You know what I'm saying? So Rihanna don't need to say shit, to be honest. She don't need to say anything, you know? So, you know, it's just some fake outrage. People just outrage just to be outraged. You know, there's no fine lining to their rationale. They just out here just tripping, man. So I just wanted to get my 2 cents. No, it's not cultural appropriation. Do your research, become more educated, become more knowledgeable, and hopefully you can learn from this mistake. But, you know, I want to make this video short and quick. I am at my destination right now, so I'm gonna get off this camera, man. But I'm gonna see you at the gym a little later today. What we got today? We got legs today.